the universal world court. He is Yahoshua Mashiach, the Son of Man, the Son of God, in the flesh. Rise and shine, sir.
Rise and shine. How do you hear me?
Very clearly, sir.
Outstanding. I just want to say this is the United Nations call. Welcome to the call. Rise and shine to all of our nation family members. Based upon the fact that we are the World Global Reset Restoration Network family, yes, we are, and we do consist of 198 nations. These 98 nations are sovereign nations, sovereign. And sovereignty will always be our right, whereby we will not allow anyone on the planet to violate. Based upon that, we have now 9.5 billion people on the planet who have this same sovereign right. And as we move forward with our sovereign rights, these 9.5 billion people will come to a point of agreement, or those that will be in disagreement will be executed. They will be what we would classify to be terminated off the planet. No doubt about it. As we move forward now, knowing that the United Nations is well aware of what's going on, there's not a whole lot I need to be talking to the United Nations about, because they're well aware, they're prepared. And right now, mostly what the nations are asking is that the United States of America be notified. America still claims to be a nation that has not yet been notified. They claim that they're behind time when it comes down to information. They're claiming to never heard this information, even though their government has been dealing with it now for at least, we would say, 24 years, based upon the global reset, based upon what was known at that time as Y2K. That was the year of 2000. It's been 24 years ago now, where the United States of America received something that was called the Master Sequester. And the Master Sequester, for the America is concerned, believing that it only came from a few people from the United States of America. Some of them only believe that the Master Sequester is all about the United States of America, but it's not. The Master Sequester is a requester, just as the first word has given us the indication that it is the Master, M-A-S-T-E-R. The Master is just so happens to be God of this universe. And irregardless if you want to believe that God is a white man, or God is a Chinese man, or God possibly could be one of those would-be wealthy men that you have considered yourself to be, claiming him to have all this huge credit or line of credit whereby he can get you buy you what you need. All that sounds good at the end of the day, of this day, and any other day. The Master Sequester is the request that comes from God, in order that everything will be returned back into the hands of whom it was taken from, for whatever reason it was taken. Maybe you believe that the people were incapable of taking care of their own would-be problems and situations. I know. Yet still, you got to give it back, because it was not yours as a taken or given. Now, I'm saying this all to say to the United States of America that this is the United States call as well as the United Nations call, whereby you should be listening along with the United Nations call. If you find the time to get off this call because you're the United States and you're waiting for us to do a special extra call for you, let me help you out. I am moving in a manner now of a position whereby I'm only going to be doing one call. One. I'm not going to be doing a U.S. Obey call. You either get it on the United Nations call, or you will not get a call whatsoever. Your nation now is under the Master Sequester. Your nation will answer this Master Sequester in a manner whereby they will comply, just as all the nations on this planet must comply. You too will comply. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're headed. That's what we're going to maintain. We're going to maintain the fact that you will, with no doubt, comply to the Master Sequester. Because the Master Sequester, again, I say, is for every nation on this planet. And even if a nation should find itself constituting itself as a nation tomorrow, it will fall under what is known as the Master Sequester. That Master Sequester is asking for everything on the planet to be given an accountability. That is from the smallest would-be insect to the largest beast that is on this planet. He and she will give an account of what it is that it has obtained while living on this planet. That's a fact. Master Sequester, no doubt about it. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because the host today is beginning to again, read a lot of information that's coming. And I would have to tell the host, it's kind of one of those things whereby the United world is already aware of it, but at the same time, the United States of America is still being led in a manner whereby it's being led to slaughter, destruction. Because everything that she's read, it's a matter of knowing that the order in which it was put in comes from the United States of America. The reason I can tell you that is because the majority of it is incorrect, purposely incorrect, such as talking about the dollar gaining value. Straight lie. The dollar don't exist anymore. De-dollarization happened in 2000. Yes, I know some of the ignorant people in the United States of America is still spending dollars. That's good. It's like bartering. You're able to change those bad bills into something that you need. Nobody is going to tell you that that's illegal. Nobody's going to tell you to stop doing it. But matter of fact, if you speak to any of the people that are of the real banking system on this planet, they will tell you they already owe that to you. So if you're giving them some $50,000 for a house, you need to understand that they already owe you that house. That's your free house. And by them taking this fake papers of some note to say that that's your payment, that's okay. We're all right with that. Everyone over the course of period now of 24 years have been writing us letters. Well, I want to balance my income tax, and I don't know if I'm going to be taken off the index list. Listen, that's only America. They don't do that in other nations. You know why? Because they already know we don't care. That's money that's already owed to you. Why wouldn't you sign and get it back? It ain't going to take you out of what system? You index. I don't care if you vote for them. I don't care. It's not going to take you out of the system. You can't be taken out of a system, people, that you're not even in. America is not a nation. Everybody on the planet has already come to that conclusion. So they don't need to talk to them about, oh, well, I could be dropped from the system. Do you understand what the Supreme Court of the United States of America is now telling the whole world? If you don't, let me help you out. They're letting them know now that they're talking about from January the 6th, where that was supposedly a violation upon the White House, where that was supposedly a disturbance on the White House. Here's what the Supreme Court is weighing right now, and even if they weigh, if they decide to go with it or do away with it, you have to understand that the White House should not be standing there anyway. It's an illegal building. It should have never been there. So you can't violate something that's truly non-existent, or it should not be in existence. It should not be a location called the White House, because it was never given authorization to be there. It is on squatted land. It has been built on someone else's land. I know, you have to understand, this was the master sequester for the United States part of it. They were to restore, return everything that they were stealing or were trying to steal. They were to return it to the original owners, the 5 unincorporated nations. That's what that was all about, the master sequester. Now, as I said, the host is reading, and a lot of that, I know exactly where she gets it from. And I can tell you some of it. I make sure that I put it in her hand because I want her to at least be able to see it, to recognize just how fake it is. Because we haven't indexed them. We haven't given them any ability. We haven't given them no authority. And I don't care if they be Joe Biden's mama. I don't care if it's Joe Biden's grandmother. I don't care if it's some real black grandmother that everybody wants to believe that we're now back at Big Mama's house. I need you to understand they run nothing. They control nothing. They will never, ever control nothing. Just as this week they began to write stories where the black women of the United States of America will never be able to redeem America, neither will they have any influence on America. They right. Because unless they're a black man, they will have no redemption, and they will have nothing they will be able to do to change the United States of America. I'm talking to the black women because I need them to understand what I'm saying is true. Based upon the fact, when we say master, we're not talking about mistress. We didn't say mistress. We didn't say missus. It said master sequester. I know they got these stories out, dramatization, black kings that were once women, and all this other stuff. That sounds good. It's good for dramatization. It's good for someone with the imagination. Never happened, not going to happen. That's a fact. I'm just giving you truth so you can move on and we can get this global reset completed. Second of all, while our host is telling you about this cryptocurrency, at the same time, there's 5 other stories that's been put out there that you might want to pay attention to. They're letting you know now that cryptocurrency is a scam. They're letting you know that, no, not just the young black people or the would-be dumb black people in the United States of America got caught up in this scam, but you need to understand that the whole entire universe has got caught up in this scam. The whole entire universe is going to come to court. We're going to bring them to court under these charges. Those charges are called racketeering. The whole world. You don't think we can incarcerate the whole world? You better talk to the people that you keep classifying as being tyrants on the planet. It takes ideal, one finger, to press a button to annihilate this whole world. And believe me, yes, we can classify that as a punishment for the crimes in which the people would have committed against this world to annihilate them and this world. Trust me, I'm only giving you facts of what's going on so you can understand exactly what's taking place right now. So no one will be confused about what's happening and what's not happening. Right now, the whole entire universe is being put in a position where it could be annihilated tomorrow, based upon the fact that it's still refusing to bow its knees, bow its head, and to humble itself to understand that the master sequester comes from God and not from some man. But they will. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that he and it is what it says it is, and there's no one on this planet, no planet coming, no other planet that's going to be able to change it. None. Now, as I said, again, cryptocurrency is a scam. It don't exist. America has been marching around this week talking about some green energy, and it's going to be the greatest energy on the planet. They got some would-be so-called majorette, we would call her, or cheerleader, by the name of Cortez. She's been around for quite some time now in the White House, even though she started out as a young lady about 25. I think right now we're about 20 years into her would-be so-called reign of being in the White House, so she's somewhere in her 40s right now. 45. Let's give her 20 years on 24 years. Even if she had been 20. She's around 45 now. Her youth is burning out. And if we're not attacking her, I need you to understand, with her talking about green energy, the only reason she wants to scream about green energy because she don't have to go back to the bars and shake drinks or shake her body to make the drinks look shake in somebody's bar. She don't have to do that anymore. So now she wants to make you believe that this energy is going to be enough energy to create cryptocurrency. Bitcoin. Not going to happen. Never, ever going to happen. It don't have enough energy or spirit in it for it to happen. I'm going to make sure of that. And you should already realize right now the example that's coming from anything that says spirit is very scary. Spirit Airlines right now is having major fights, major brawls, major turmoil is going on aircraft that's called Spirit right now. Check it out for yourself. Because people don't respect it, whether it's the name or whether it's an action of Spirit, they don't respect it. And they will never. Again, because it's been so polluted, it's been so lied, manipulated, undermined, RICO'd, racketeered all over the planet. And now it's time for it to come to an end. And it will. Again, I say, the monetary system is dead. It's going to remain dead until we decide, notice I said we can use that word as a French manner of saying everyone together. We all will come to a conclusion of what we will use as a would-be currency. I know. Perhaps maybe we can use the buttons off our shirts or the zippers off our pants. But we're going to come up, all of us, with a committed agreement of what we're going to use for currency. But until then, I'm going to leave it just like it is now. Pretty soon, you will find people using shoelaces out of their shoes. For those of them that haven't Velcroed their shoes, you will be without. For those that still have shoelaces, you will possibly be able to even use your shoelaces as a credit for something you want to purchase or trade. This is what's happening, people. How much easier can it be for you to understand what's going on? America still claims it's so lost. It don't know how to calculate. It don't know percentages. And yet still they're trying to find some way to destroy every household that's in America. You know, they'll always began with the first party of destruction, your children, the young ones. That's why a few minutes ago when the host said that Yahoshua wants to make sure that even the youngest child understands, it's not about them understanding. It's about the idiots in America for now would be 50 years plus. They have been saying that the young people are their future. If the young people are their future, why are you dumbing them down to a point where they become more ignorant than you? That tells you that your future has no hope. Your future is going to be destroyed before it even gets started because you would have dumbed them down for your future. United Nations, I'm not going to talk to you much longer. I got work to do. You know why? Because we know everything that's going on. We can see it. We can breathe it. We smell it. We can taste it. All five senses for all five elements of this universe right now, man can perceive it, receive it, and conceive it. That it is happening and there's nothing they're going to be able to do to change it. Yes, we smell the different chemicals in the air. They're affecting us. We get blurred visions. I've already told you that, pinpointed pupils. We get these visions that are nothing more than faded vision. Yes, pinpointed pupils. We also find ourselves having a difficult breathing, tightening in chest, heart beating rapidly. Sometimes you can't even feel your own heart beating because it would have stopped for no apparent reason and started back up again. Difficulty breathing, pinpointed pupil. Yes. Tightness in chest. I know. Feel like sometimes your chest is just going to explode. Vibrating for no apparent reason whatsoever, your body. Some of you are even checking your pockets. You're checking your top pocket, your rear pocket, your side pocket. Because you feel a vibration. You're wondering, did I leave my phone on vibrate? Only to recognize you have no phone on you whatsoever. And then that really becomes fear because you realize you either left your phone at home or in the car. And you now are wondering, how can your body be vibrating without having that phone next to you with it on vibration? Oh, God almighty, you got a lot to learn. But you're not listening to me. I'm just a voice in the wilderness. I'm just a voice of content. I'm just a voice. Possibly your imagination. I am just a voice that has no power for as you're concerned. I am just a voice of just talking loud and saying nothing as if though James Brown was singing a #1 hit and you were going to be at the top of the top 10. They would be, God almighty. You ain't got it yet, but you will. I guarantee you that you're going to bow your knee because if you don't, I am going to break your backbone. I'm going to break the backbone of you and your nation leaders. I'm going to break your backbone. No, these are not my words. It's in the book. Read the book. Don't be getting threatened because of me. Remember, I'm just a mere man. Why would you be threatened of me? I know you got some big, tough, would-be so-called mobsters. You got some big, tough, would-be cartels. You got some big, tough, tall gangsters. I know you got some drug dealers that will even come and put a whooping on me. Let me help you out. If they do, I will terminate your whole planet. You include them too. Trust me. They will get on the amnesty trust, whereby if they do kill somebody, they're going to pay for it. But if they don't, I'm going to make them pay for it. They got to get on the redemption list. Just in case they are just so kind that they want to make everybody be able to benefit off their own shedded blood. They're going to get on the redemption list. Amnesty or redemption. United Nations, it is already there and has been provided for everyone on the planet. Use it or else. But United Nations, you know as well as I know, we are mostly talking to the United States of America. Wait until we only got one call. And I can tell you right now, that one call just may be today. Meantime, I looked outside my window and it's now day. Man must work while it's still day, for when night cometh, no man can work. My work must go on. Remember, I never said I don't do time. I said I don't do numbers. For all of you that keeps talking to me like I don't do time, let me help you out. Once again, for the ignorance of your mind, your pea-brain, English pea-brain, I have never told you or said to anyone on this planet that I don't do time. You've heard me many times talk about Father's time. That's my Father's time. You have never, ever heard me say I don't do time. You've always heard me say I don't do numbers. It's a difference. You better get it. Because right now, you're running out of time. Not numbers. You're running out of time. You got numbers everywhere. You got Bitcoin numbers. You got dollar numbers. You got Wong numbers. You got yen numbers. You got Ruby numbers. You got pound numbers. But you don't have time to use any of it. I'm going to make sure you understand that. It is now day, once again, as I've looked out my window. Man must work while it's still day, for when night coming, no man can work. My work must go on. My days are getting longer than my nights. But as for you, your days and your nights are getting shorter based upon time. I got work to do. United Nations, with all respect of love for the family, let me do this and say you get you some rest. You're going to need it. Peace and love and nightfall.
Thank you, Yahoshua. And thank you, family, for joining us. Well, as he said, we do have the call this evening. It may be the last one, known as the Global Network Update at 8:30 Central Standard Time. So for those of you that are on the call from the U.S.
If I might chime in again, what I said, that will be no call. That's basically what I meant.
Okay.
They got what they're going to get. The whole world has just got it. Everyone who didn't get it, say la vie. Again,
all right. Thank you, beloved, for that clarification. So, we will not have that call this evening, family. Or from this point forward, if I understand you correctly, sir. So, family, get your rest if you're in the nations. Those of you that are in the U.S., you better get busy. Bow your knee and confess with your mouth that he is who he says he is and there is no other. Every knee will bow, not just the U.S., but every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. In the meantime, family, if it's dark in your area, go ahead, get your rest, build up your strength. You already know what you've got ahead of you to do. It's light on our side of the planet, and you know we're constantly working on your behalf. We do leave you with love, family. And we also leave you with John 17:14-17. I, Yahoshua, have given them your word, Father Yah, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by your truth, Father Yah. Your word is truth. With that, I yield to you, Sister Nadia.
Thank you.